GM. Today we want to talk about studying for the exam. So one of the things that I used that helped me the most was doing the Leitner study process, I guess you can call it, or method. And basically what that means is there's a process where you use flashcards for your study materials. And what you'll want to do is divvy them up and get 5 boxes. You're going to go ahead and take those 5 boxes, and the first box will be cards, where your cards start, and that's going to be what you study daily. I will typically pull out 5 of those daily and try to memorize as much of those as possible in that day. And then the ones that I do memorize through the day, I put them into box 2, that then is studied every other day. And then box 3, once I memorize those from there, box 3 is weekly, so then I study those weekly. So every day I'm studying a set of 5. I'm transferring what I remember and what I can memorize into box 2, and then into box 3 for the weekly. Then box 4 is every other week. So once I memorize them weekly and I can still recall them each week, I put them into box 4. Box 4 is a weekly, every other week. Every other week. Then box 5 is going to be your last, but not least, is the once a month, and then always all your cards in box 5 before you go and do your exam. Some other tips for the exam will be, one, always write out your units. Don't get lazy. It gets really easy to get lazy. Then you're just putting numbers to put numbers, and you're computing and you don't know what you're computing for. I mean, now you're just calculating to calculate. Are you calculating grams, square quarters? You mean half-baked pies? What are you calculating? Always write out your equations too. One thing I will say is don't try to memorize the sheet that has all the formulas. Go focus more on trying to recognize when to use each formula. It'll be a lot easier that way versus trying to memorize all of the formulas. I tried that my first couple months studying, and I realized that was horrible because I didn't know how to read the questions that I was taking the exam for, and then which formula to apply to that particular situation, which is where ultimately in your test, grade 5 level tests, where it comes down to your verbals, where you'll want to be able to instantly, based on the situation, whether it's a live situation or written out, tell what the formula is, what steps you're going to need to use, and all of that. And so I'll put the link in the description of this for the Leitner study exam so you can read up on it yourself. Basically, in 1972, a German scientist created this system. It's a really great system. It helped me pass my exam. Like I said, I'm on the applying stage. I applied to the first one. I didn't study. I figured, well, I'm good at math. I can get most of the math done. And if I get 100% on the math, I can get a pretty low score on the rest and still pass. But I didn't do quite well. So I started studying with the Leitner's process. So that's all I got for the studying tips and how to study for now. Have a great day.